So you're back, and we are on episode 7 of the 100 Scariest Horror Movie Moments, my legacy series to Bravo TV's 100 Scariest Movie Moments. So, I have 10 more terrifying moments, and I hope you all have noticed that it's getting scarier and scarier and scarier until we get to number 1. So get comfy, get some snacks, we're going back down memory lane, and this is the 100 Scariest Horror Movie Moments. Let's go. Megan is Missing is not a movie you watch for fun. It's a movie you watch once, gasp, and say never again. Megan is Missing was released in 2011 and was written and directed by Michael Goy and stars Amber Perkins and Rachel Quinn. Filmed like found footage, it explores the dangers of online predators with a level of realism that sticks to your ribs long after the credits. The scariest moment, and one of the most infamous scenes in horror, is when the cops find the photos of Megan. Those images feel too real, too possible, and that's the entire point. What makes this movie land at 40 is that the horror isn't supernatural. There's no monster, no ghost. The villain is something every girl growing up online has been warned about. Any of us could be Megan. Megan and Amy could be anyone's classmates, daughters, or even best friends. And that's why this movie crawls underneath your skin. It's uncomfortable, disturbing, and a punch to the chest. And that impact is exactly why the film is remembered. I just want to say, be very careful watching Megan is Missing. It's very brutal, it's very visceral. If you're sensitive to SA, honestly, I would skip this film. Skip it altogether because it is a very, it's another one of those I shouldn't be watching this kind of feels when you're watching that movie. It's a great horror film because it could happen to anyone. It happened, but I would be very careful watching this one. Just a disclaimer. Number 39 is Malignant, released in 2001 and directed by James Wan and stars Annabelle Wallis, Maddie Hasson, and George Young. Malignant is the moment that James Wan said, "Let me remind you who the hell I am." On the surface, it seems like a standard possession slasher, until that twist flips the whole movie into an insane, crowd-cheering bloodbath. The scariest moment? When Gabriel reveals himself. That jail scene, backwards body-breaking parkour demon, and it's all coming from her skull. The entire theater was screaming, "What is happening?" and loving every second. Gabriel isn't just a villain, he's a parasite with superhuman speed and zero respect for bones or physics. Malignant works because it's bold. It takes risks, it's camp, horror, action, and what the fuck energy all mixed into one. This is James Wan flexing on us, and we're grateful. His House is a different kind of terrifying. It blends the horrors of immigration, survivor's guilt, and social systems with supernatural dread. His House was released in 2020 and directed by Remy Weeks and stars Wunmi Mosaku and Sope Derisu. Bol and Rial are refugees from South Sudan, given a home in London, but the ghosts of their past have followed them, literally. The scariest moment? When Bol discovers the figure hiding in the walls, and it whispers from the darkness like it knows him. But the horror hits deeper once the truth unfolds. The real terror is what they had to do to survive. The ghosts aren't just spirits, they're consequences. His House is powerful, heartbreaking, and brilliantly crafted. It reminds us, sometimes the scariest thing isn't a haunted home. It's the past you brought with you. Thanksgiving is Eli Roth finally serving us the holiday horror he teased way back in Grindhouse, and homie did not come to play. Thanksgiving was released in 2023 and was directed by Eli Roth. It starred Nell Verlick, Jalen Thomas Brooks, and Patrick Dempsey. This movie starts off chaotic. Black Friday shoppers trampling each other like a zombie horde, and then the revenge kills crank up to 500 degrees. The scariest moment? The oven scene. When the woman is cleaned, seasoned, butter basted, and shoved into an oven while she's alive. That is one of the most disturbing, mean kills in recent horror. Watching her skin blister as she desperately tries to escape, it's one of those I'm never cooking again moments. Thanksgiving works because it knows exactly what it is: a throwback slasher with creative kills, dark comedy, and zero mercy. And yes, Eli Roth finally made a holiday horror that ain't Christmas for once. As above, so below is the reason why I will never be exploring the Paris catacombs beyond what the tour guide shows me. I'm Good Love, please enjoy. As Above, So Below was released in 2014, directed by John Eric Dowdle and starring Perdita Weeks and Ben Feldman. It's found footage done right. A team of explorers goes into forbidden tunnels under Paris, and the deeper they go, the more the tunnel starts acting like a mirror of their sins. The scariest moment? The car file reveal. When Pap sees the burning wreck, the same one his friend died in, and those legs sticking straight up out of the ground, oh yeah, that's trauma you can't run from. And then the panic sets in. They're not just lost, they're descending into hell itself. What makes this movie awesome is how it blends real mythology, such as the Philosopher's Stone and Dante's Inferno, with an urban explorer nightmare. Once the tunnel shrinks and the walls start scraping at their souls, Jesus take the wheel. Sam Raimi returned to full-tailed chaotic demon slapstick with Drag Me to Hell, and I thank him every day for it. The movie was released in 2009 and was directed by Sam Raimi and stars Alison Lohman and Justin Long. A loan officer denies an elderly woman an extension, and suddenly she's cursed with a demon that does not do payment plans. The tone is wild, gross, funny, scary, and traumatizing. And just when you think she's safe, the coins are switched, the curse is still active, and the train station becomes the actual entrance to hell. The scariest moment is literally the title. Christine gets dragged to hell. Claws through the floor, screaming, fire, and Justin Long looking on in terror while the demon is basically saying, LOL, bye to your girlfriend. It's jaw dropping, cruel, and Sam Raimi cackling behind the camera. Drag Me to Hell reminds us, don't be stingy with compassion because the interest rate on curses is hellish. Jeepers Creepers came to us in 2001, and it is responsible for why I do not pull over for weird, sketchy looking trucks. If it's rusty, loud, or has a license plate that looks like a puzzle, I'm speeding up. It stars Gina Phillips and Justin Long, and the film follows two siblings on a road trip who make the mistake of being curious when they see someone dumping a body down a pipe. Then the creeper decides, new organs, fresh meat, I choose you. The scariest moment happens when Derry goes exploring in that sketchy tunnel and finds that they are in for more than what they've bargained for. The movie is messy, problematic behind the scenes, but the horror imagery, unforgettable. We all left this film knowing one thing: mind your damn business. The moral of Jeepers Creeper is mind your damn business, and you'll be fine. The Cabin in the Woods came to us in 2011 and was presented to us by Drew Goddard and written by Joss Whedon and stars Kristen Connolly, Chris Hemsworth, and Fran Kranz. The Cabin in the Woods starts like every basic horror setup ever. A group of college friends in a creepy cabin, woods, sex, smoking, doom. Then the elevator drops and we realize this isn't a horror cliche, this is horror management. The scariest moment is hands down the monster elevator scene. When those steel doors open and every nightmare creature known to mankind pours out like a Costco sample day from hell. Pure chaos, pure genius. The movie flips the genre inside and out. The organization isn't trying to survive the monsters, they're sacrificing the kids to save the world. So by the end, you're sitting there thinking, were they right? A satire that celebrates the genre while ripping it apart. Cabin in the Woods is horror for the horror nerds. Alright, y'all, listen. Hostel isn't just horror. It's straight up paranoia fuel for anyone who's ever booked a cheap European vacation on a sketchy website. Hostel came to us in 2006 and was given to us by Eli Roth and stars Jay Hernandez, Derek Richardson, and Ethor Gudjonsson. Eli Roth didn't have to go this hard, but he really said, what if your Airbnb was actually a black market torture warehouse? The scariest scene, without question, is when Josh is trying to escape the facility, and this rich creep casually asks, "How was it?" Like, sir, how was it? What do you mean by that? The calm tone, the sound design, in that room, it's horrifying because it's so plausible. And the crazy part, it's not supernatural. It's just human evil, the kind that makes you clutch your passport and rethink every hostel on Booking.com. Hostel captures the primal fear that the worst monsters don't hide under the bed. They've got credit cards and business meetings. Number 31 is Dawn of the Dead, released in 2004 and was directed by Zack Snyder and stars Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, Jake Weber, and Mekhi Phifer. Now, this remake came in swinging. Zack Snyder took George A. Romero's classic and said, what if we crank everything up to 11 and make the zombies fast? Bruh, nobody was ready for cardio zombies in 2004. The opening sequence alone is nightmare fuel. A peaceful suburban morning turned apocalypse in 60 seconds flat. You got Anna's husband turning, the neighbor's little girl gnawing faces off, and then the world collapsing around her as that Johnny Cash song plays, Chef's Kiss of Chaos. The scariest scene for me, though, the pregnant wife in the mall subplot. Mekhi Phifer's character trying to protect his wife, then that delivery scene hits, and nah. The second you realize what's happening, your whole soul tightens. This movie isn't just a remake. It's a masterclass in tension, pacing, and how to open a movie so strong you forget to breathe. Snyder was in his bag for this one, and Ving Rhames with that shotgun, iconic. Well, there you go. That was episode 7 of the 100 Scariest Horror Movie Moments. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time. And I hope you're curious about some movies that maybe you haven't heard of. But we're getting closer to number 1. So I have 10 more for you in the next episode. You know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Stay spooky, y'all.